The untouched rainforests of eastern Ecuador. Yasuni National Park on the Peruvian border covers some 10,000 square kilometers. It's home to 600 species of birds and 4,000 species of plants. This treasure trove of nature attracts tourists from around the world. They're treated to the sight of endangered species like the giant otter. The natural park is one of the most biologically diverse regions of the world. Any 1 hectare is home to more species than live on the continent of North America. In 1989, UNESCO designated the area a biosphere reserve. But there's a problem. The park sits above large reserves of oil. There's an estimated 850 million barrels in the ground. That would mean about $6 billion of revenue for the government, a lot of money for a developing nation. But tapping that oil would endanger nature, and the indigenous population could lose their land. For years, oil has been the main source of revenue for Ecuador. 63% of government revenues come from its export. That's one reason the government has turned a blind eye to the negative side of the oil industry. The ecological effects are plain to see. Whole tracts of land laid to waste for the construction of industrial plants. Soil poisoned by leaky pipelines. Rivers polluted by wastewater from drilling. The Quechua Indians are involved in a struggle against the pollution of the forest. Until 30 years ago, they led an isolated existence. Now they depend to a large degree on external aid. There's little economic incentive here to seek alternatives to the unsustainable exploitation of nature. But green tourism could be an answer. A tourist center was built with the help of a non-governmental organization. Construction work took 5 years. The Napa Wildlife Center is the first lodge to be run exclusively by the indigenous population. But they did hire an advisor to ensure the project stays true to its sustainable target. Fausto Cornejo makes sure the environmental technology used is up to date.
We do not discharge anything to the soil or to the lake. All the water that comes from the toilet, or from the kitchen goes to septic tanks. And these septic tanks will distribute the gray water and black water to a system of wetlands. Every 2 months we test the water that comes out and give us around 95% free of bacteria. And that means that it's purer than the lake.
There are also plans for a solar electricity plant to cover all electricity needs. The Quechua Indians are happy with what they've achieved so far. The benefits of the project are not only economic.
We want to show everyone that environmental protection creates a lot of jobs. Working for the oil industry is not the only option. I'm very proud of being part of such a useful project. We will invest the money in education, health, and the protection of our culture and environment.
Ecotourism is attracting more and more interest. And the people of the rainforest hope they found a lasting alternative to the oil industry.